Yo, what's going on everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explained here, bringing you guys another Boruto 2 Blue Vortex discussion. And today I want to talk to you guys about whether or not things could have been different had Naruto been there for Kawaki during the time skip. I think we all pretty much are in agreement that the sealing away of Naruto, even though it was something we all knew was coming at some point during the story based on how the flash forward sequence was kicking off, but when it did happen, there was a bit of a shock in the community when it did occur. Join me in today's newest Naruto Explained video where we take a look at the question that's been on my mind for the last few chapters now, which is whether or not Naruto could have saved Kawaki had he never been sealed away for good or was unsealed during this time skip, and whether this was indeed the right path for the story to take in terms of writing Naruto out the series and what impact this would have on Kawaki. So I think we could mostly agree that the bond we saw developing between Naruto and Kawaki was one of the more fascinating things in Boruto Naruto Next Generations. We all kept asking ourselves, for the most part, what was it that would lead to Kawaki turning on Naruto and Boruto? For a time, it was hard to imagine, with Kawaki at one point becoming Naruto's student, sleeping in Naruto's office on the couch that Naruto has, and Naruto sleeping in the other bed that he had in his office, and he was getting super emotional at the thought of Naruto dying. Yet eventually, as Kawaki regained the power of karma, things began to shift and he sealed Naruto away. In fact, one could argue the moment that Kawaki sealed Naruto, it cemented his fate in terms of the dark spiral that he is continuing down. Yet from the moment Boruto told Kawaki that he should have unsealed Naruto by now and had Naruto train Kawaki to grow stronger, implying that this might have happened in an alternate timeline that Kashin Koji saw that does not exist anymore, it began to plant a seed in my head as to if Naruto could have saved Kawaki, but not in the way that you think. I don't believe that Naruto would have been able to power Kawaki up to a level where he'd be strong enough to stand against Jiraiya like Boruto implied that he might be able to. No disrespect to Naruto as a teacher, he's no longer the crayon eater he used to be, but I am skeptical. Instead, I think Kawaki would have benefited from Naruto being there in a different way besides power. I think his biggest benefit would have been something other than power. It would have been Naruto allowing Kawaki to hold on to more of his humanity, but that would have been a gift and a curse. So Kawaki's character trajectory in Boruto 2 Blue Vortex, I strongly believe it would have been drastically different if he had unsealed Naruto during the 3-year time skip. His decision to seal Naruto away was in part a means of removing the one person who could challenge his ideology, someone who had given him unconditional love and was someone whose approval Kawaki always craved. If Naruto had remained in the story, Kawaki's emotional conflict, it would have deepened, particularly concerning his guilt over stealing Boruto's life through omnipotence, especially assuming if Kawaki's able to make people believe, oh, I guess like Naruto wasn't dead by Boruto, people still view Boruto as being a traitor. If we also assume the fact that like Naruto's memories are altered as well, that could be something that comes into play here. So for this, we're just going to assume that those things happen to explain why I believe whether or not Naruto could have saved Kawaki. So his human emotions, they will be brought to the surface. Kawaki's defining trait in Boruto 2 Blue Vortex is his rigid, almost mechanical approach to protecting Naruto. It is driven more by obsession than genuine love, if we're being honest. Not to say he doesn't love Naruto, but he is obsessed. However, if Naruto had been unsealed, Kawaki would have been forced to confront the full emotional weight of what it is he's done. We start with the guilt of omnipotence. Kawaki's actions erased Boruto's life, and in doing so, he essentially stole Naruto's love when you think about it. If Naruto would have been present, he would have continued to treat Kawaki as being his firstborn son due to his altered memories, which might offer Kawaki everything he wanted, Naruto's unconditional love. Yet deep down, Kawaki would know that love was never meant for him. It would make him further spiral. It would lead to conflicted jealousy towards Boruto. While Kawaki has Naruto's love in this scenario, his emotions wouldn't allow him to fully enjoy it. He would likely still fear that if Naruto ever figured out the truth, like we've seen people like Shikamaru do, his love would revert to Boruto. This lingering fear could have made Kawaki even more dangerous, as he might have began rationalizing more extreme methods to ensure Boruto never reclaimed his rightful place and that Boruto was killed. We have to remember, we know for a fact Sarada was passing around Boruto's baby pictures being held by Naruto. Naruto, for as big of a blockhead as he is, just as Amado would have been able to look at Kawaki's ninja tech, which he did, and realize that makes no sense that Kawaki, who's supposed to be Naruto's kid, has my ninja tech. Wait a second, my memory's been altered. Naruto would have looked at that photo and that parental instinct would have came out. He would have known something was wrong. You also have to look at the clinging to humanity versus the theme of becoming a monster, which is a underrated aspect of Kawaki's character and just his character arc in general. Naruto's presence could have been the one thing keeping Kawaki from slipping further into the darkness, making him more human. However, the stronger his attachment to Naruto, the stronger his paranoia about losing him will become. This leads to a path of becoming even more dangerous. If Kawaki had Naruto actively present, his motivation to protect him from Otsutsuki level threats, it would escalate beyond reason. Unlike in Boruto 2 Blue Vortex, where Kawaki's methods, they're very pragmatic, eliminate Boruto, eliminate Code, and eliminate the Shinju. His methods in this alternate scenario, it would likely spiral to a more extreme level of overprotectiveness because he doesn't have Naruto sealed away. You could theoretically say he would be turning Naruto's love into an excuse for violence. Kawaki's obsession with Naruto's safety would justify his mostly brutal decisions. He might see killing Boruto as an act of preemptive protection rather than violence itself. Kawaki could also have Naruto serve as a golden cage. So stick with me here if you've never heard this expression. It's ironic because Kawaki might view Naruto as a source of both security and fear. He would seek Naruto's validation. He would also become resentful if Naruto tried to stop his violent path. We saw what happened when Naruto told Kawaki, if you want to kill my son, you have to kill me first. This could lead to a conflict where Kawaki becomes possessive of Naruto, believing that only he knows what's best for him. After all, that is why he sealed Naruto away. The narrative necessity of Naruto being sealed away is the other thing we have to look at here. So one of the biggest criticisms that I've seen of Boruto Naruto Next Generations was that Boruto, despite being the co-protagonist of the story, he often felt overshadowed by Naruto, the co-protagonist of Boruto Naruto Next Generations. By Boruto's words, this is my story, but at the start of my story is the story of father and son. The decision to remove Naruto from the story, it served multiple narrative purposes. It forced Boruto to prove himself without Naruto's influence. With Naruto out of the picture, Boruto's now forced to earn respect from readers on his own merit, which he is doing. Which that is what he's doing. Boruto has pulled in people I know for a fact were staunch Boruto haters who read the series in private, but they can't say anything because their subscribers hate Boruto, and these are big creators. So there is a shift that is happening. Boruto must now rely on his own power, his intelligence, and leadership rather than being Naruto's son. Allowing Kawaki to become a true villain is another thing. So if Naruto were active, much of Kawaki's villainous potential, which again, when I say villain, it pisses people off. He's an antagonist, he's morally gray, he is a consequentialist. For all intents and purposes, he's on that dividing line between being an antagonist and a villain. They're not mutually exclusive, but Kawaki's done some morally gray things. It would be undermined though if you had Naruto here because of the ability Naruto has to redeem people. The very fact that Kawaki sealed Naruto away, it shows in my opinion, and I want you to clip this part out. It shows in my opinion that Kawaki knew deep down in his heart that Naruto would try to talk him down, something that Kawaki could not afford. He had the conviction, the courage of his conviction to see through everything because of how much he valued Naruto. But Naruto is the one person who could have talked Kawaki out of killing Boruto, which is why he needed to seal him away. Because number one, he knew that Naruto would likely make the same declaration that he did, like he did in the manga where he said, if you want to kill my son, you have to kill me. Kawaki would never allow that to happen. And then the other thing is that Naruto has a penchant for redeeming. He's already changed Kawaki in so many different ways. To a certain degree, Kawaki's fear of disappointing Naruto would be there. there is shame there. That's why he told Naruto, when this is all over, if you want to kill me, then feel free, but only after I kill your son. Naruto's brand as a character, it would also be damaged if he could not redeem Kawaki. Let's say Kawaki just went completely off the deep end and could not be reasoned with. If Naruto remained in the story and failed to redeem Kawaki, someone who he raised like a son, it would weaken Naruto's legacy. The best solution was to remove Naruto from direct involvement so that the responsibility of dealing with Kawaki, it would fall to Boruto instead. This is why Boruto deserves that payoff and not Naruto. Boruto's journey is one of stepping out of his father's shadows. If Naruto were present, the expectation by fans would be, especially those fans who cannot swallow the fact that Naruto is not the main character of the story anymore, it would lead to the expectation that Naruto would be the one that would talk no jutsu Kawaki. However, that would rob Boruto of his defining struggle. Boruto versus Kawaki is the new Naruto versus Sasuke. Sasuke alluded to it when he called it a battle of brothers. This is Boruto's story. The final battle must be him and Kawaki, with Boruto earning his own place in history. It is a poetic resolution. Naruto was unable to redeem Sasuke at first, and he needed to grow and fully experience life in order to be able to relate to Sasuke so that he could ultimately do so. Similarly, Boruto must be the one to either redeem or defeat Kawaki, proving his worth as this new generation's leader. Even though he won't be the Hokage, as a shadow Hokage, he has to understand the darkness that was in Kawaki's heart for so long, and how Kawaki's methodology and just his ideology in general doesn't make him a purely bad person. He's just someone dealt a bad hand and has made bad decisions. In conclusion, I'll say this: sealing Naruto away, it allowed Boruto 2 Blue Vortex to fully explore Kawaki's descent into obsession without Naruto acting as a moral anchor, which I think that is the biggest reason Ikimoto took him out the story. Had Naruto remained unsealed, Kawaki would have been both more emotionally human and more dangerously possessive, making him a different kind of antagonist, potentially pushing him all the way into villain status, because that obsession would have grown and that guilt and that jealousy of Boruto would have grown. However, narratively, removing Naruto ensures that Boruto has the space to grow as his own hero of his own story, and makes Kawaki's inevitable downfall more tragic and more of a payoff when he's eventually redeemed. Ultimately, Kawaki's story is not about whether Naruto can redeem him, but rather Boruto can step up to the plate and decide Kawaki's fate, just as Naruto once had to do with Sasuke, where he hit him with the talk no jutsu, it didn't work. He hit him with the hands, talk no jutsu them again, it didn't work. He hit him with them hands again, they blew each other's arms off, and then he talked no jutsu the guy until he passed out, and he passed out with them, then talked no jutsu them again, and Sasuke said, okay, you win. We're going down a similar path here. Not the same sequence of events, but very similar. Obviously, if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing and checking out more videos here from Naruto Explained by clicking over here on the left, or clicking over here on the right to check out more videos from my Anime Explained channel, where I talk about non-Naruto content in the form of video essays, explained videos, lore videos, chapter reviews, and so much more.